Okay. So what was I saying, that when I say cell 3, so what is happening in cell 3? Cell 3, my top level people are effective people and my lower level people are inefficient people, right? And whom I normally blame? I always blame my lower level people first. So here the actual problem was lower level and I am curing them only. I'm curing them only. So my problem will get solved. Hence I am able to survive. Am I clear? But if you see second and fourth, if you see second and fourth, what is second? Right in front of second. Right in front of second. What is second? Die slowly. And what is the quality of second? Ineffective. I hope you're getting me. Ineffective and and efficient, right? Ineffective and oh shit. Ineffective, ineffective plus efficient. Ineffective, it's not happening, I think. Ineffective plus efficient. And if you go with fourth one is ineffective, ineffective plus inefficient. Just really right. Ineffective plus inefficient. Ineffective plus inefficient. I hope you're with me. Now, tell me which is better. Is 2 better or 4 better? Is die slowly better or die quickly better? Reply. Is die slowly better or die quickly better? Reply. Is 2 better or 4 better? Reply. Is 2 better or 4 better? Reply. Answer. Reply. I'm waiting for a reply. Is die slowly better or die quickly better? 2 is better. Okay. 4 is better. Boss, how come 2 is better? 2 is not good. 4 is good. See, when death is the end result. So why to die slowly? Because if you see if death is there, death is fixed. So why to die slowly? Better you die quickly, because see, suppose somebody is has an accident, then he go for an operation and then coma, then die. The better die on the spot. Because when you're dying slowly, you are wasting your resources, your time, everything. Am I clear? Am I clear? I hope you're getting my point. So if, but one thing understand, both in 2 and 4, one thing is common. In 2 and 4, one thing is common. My top level people are ineffective people. In 2 and 4, one thing is common. My top level people are ineffective people. What I'm trying to say over here is, see, you always blame lower level people. Whom do you always blame? You always blame your lower level people. Am I clear? And by the time you realize that the problem is not at lower level, the problem is at top level, the time is already gone. So when top level people are ineffective people, death is the end result. When top level people are ineffective people, death is the end result. I hope you're getting my point. I hope you are getting my point. Am I clear? Is question number 2 clear? Is question number 2 clear? Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead? Okay. Now write one more question. Write one more question for question number 2. Write one more question over there. Explain the difference between. Write one more question over there. Explain the difference between right things, RIGHT, right things and things right. Explain the difference between right things and things right. Now, tell me, can you explain when I say right things and things right? Just do one thing. Just add in front of both the sentence do. Do right things. Second, do things rightly. Right things means proper planning. And do things rightly means in a proper manner. To do right things is talking about formulation. Do right things is talking about formulation, and do things rightly is talking about implementation. I hope I get your point. Do right things, do right things, and do things rightly. I hope you're with me. Am I clear? Am I clear? Is question number 2 clear? Is question number 2 clear? Can I go ahead? Now see the question given below. Correct, incorrect. Efficiency and effectiveness means the same in strategic management. Correct, incorrect. Efficiency and effectiveness means the same in strategic management. Correct, incorrect, incorrect. We are very clear. Efficiency means optimum utilization of resources. Effectiveness means getting desired results. Top level people are effective people, lower level people are efficient people, hence they do not have the same meaning in strategic management. Am I very clear? Is the answer clear? Is the answer clear? Can I go ahead? To come to question number 3. Come to question number 3. What is the difference between strategy formulation and strategy implementation? See how the difference is given in a tabular form. In a tabular form, understand, you will have one question in your paper as difference. One question. And whenever you write the difference, do always write the basis column. Always there should be a basis column. That means on what basis, on what grounds are you differentiating between both of them? Am I clear? Am I clear? What I'm trying to say, whenever you're going to write difference, write in tabular form. Never write in paragraph. Even if the difference is not given in the book, it may happen that they may ask a differentiation on a topic which is not given in the study material. Still, they expect you to write in a tabular form. Still, they expect you to write in a tabular form. And in that, try to make one column of basis as to on what basis are you going to differentiate between both of them. First point, action. Okay, listen to me. Question number 3 is talking about difference. Question number 3 is talking about difference. And question number 1. Question number 1 is talking about relationship between formulation and implementation. Please read both the question properly. Relationship is question number 1 and difference is question number 3. Difference is question number 3. Formulation and implementation. The first, action. Formulation is before action. Implementation after action. No. Implementation is action phase during action. Am I clear? Next, focus. Formulation focuses on effectiveness, whereas implementation focuses on efficiency. Am I clear? Am I clear? Then third, process. You need intellect. You need to apply brain to formulate a strategy. It's an intellectual process, whereas implementation is operational process. Fourth, skill. Boss, to formulate a strategy, you need to do analysis. You need to have intuitive skill, little but not much. Basically, what you need is analytical skill. First, you have to analyze and then make a plan. The skill required over here is analytical, whereas skill required in implementation phase is motivational and leadership. I have already said the boss, to implement, you need to keep on motivating the people. You need to keep on the spirit high. How's the Josh? Hi, sir. I hope you remember that. Planning is done by somebody else. Now, when you are actually on the war front, think you are on the war front and you're implementing the strategies and you're seeing your people dying. You're seeing your people dying. You need to have a leader who need to keep on motivating you. You need to have a leader who need to keep on motivating you. Am I clear? Am I clear? And last, fifth point, individuals. How many people are there on the top? Only few. How many people are there on the top? Only few. How many are there at lower level? Many. Am I clear? There are few individuals on the top, but there are many at the lower level. We know that. Few at the top level and many at the lower level to implement it. Am I clear? Am I clear? So these are what? These are the 5 points. These are the 5 points as difference between formulation and implementation. Am I very clear? Am I very clear? Sure, to read this question. State correct, incorrect. Strategy formulation is an operational process, whereas strategy implementation is an intellectual process. Incorrect. It's vice versa. It's vice versa. In fact, formulation is intellectual and operational is what? And implementation is operational process. Am I clear? Am I clear? Getting my point? I hope I'm very clear. Is question number 1, 2, and 3 clear? Why have I started with chapter 8? Because we had studied whilst beginning that okay, we have 3 levels and the 3 level people are like this, so we had to come over here. Am I clear? So now let's go back to chapter 1. I had more plans today, but I won't be able to do that because of my pen. Let's see how it works. I hope it works because it will be difficult then. Okay, come to chapter 1. What is chapter 1? Introduction to strategic management. You don't worry, you will come to know the flow of whole syllabus. Are you with me? Now, before I start with any chapter, I always have a habit of dividing the chapter into parts. I have a habit of dividing the chapter into parts. So let's divide chapter 1 into parts. Question 1. To question 5. 1 to 5 is part 1. 1 to 5 is part 1. Question number 6 to question number 9. Question number 6 to question number 9 is part 2. And 10 to 12 is part 3. 10 to 12 is part 3. So I'm starting with part 3 today, and today I'll be doing only part 3 because of my pen issue. I hope it gets resolved. Okay, question number 10, part 3. Give heading to part 3. Give heading to part 3. Role of strategic management in NPOs. Role of strategic management in NPOs. What is NPO? Not for profit. Not for profit organization. Am I clear? What is the objective? The objective is to give service at a large. To give service to public at a large. They are here not to earn profits. They are here just to give services. Am I clear? Okay. Now tell me, what is the definition of strategic management? Vision, mission, objectives and goals. Then skip one point. Then strategy, formulation, strategy, implementation, evaluation and control. I hope you're with me. How many points are there? Definition, vision, mission, objectives and goals. Skip strategy, formulation, strategy, implementation, evaluation and control. I hope you're with me. Now, first answer this question. This is what is coming to my mind. The boss, when your objective is not to make profit, why an NPO needs strategic management? Or first question, do you feel NPO requires strategic management? Answer. Do you feel NPOs require strategic management? Yes or no? Reply. Answer. Do you feel NPOs require strategic management? Yes or no? Yes, of course, yes. They need. Why? One thing was two basic reasons. I agree that they are NPOs. They are here not to make profit, but still they also work in this environment and they also need to survive in this environment. They need to be focused. So for that they need SM. Secondly, for them, the money comes as from outsource outside people. Outside people will donate them. Charity. In that case, if they see, suppose somebody comes to me and say, ma'am, I want a lakh rupee, I won't give. I forget a lakh rupee, I won't give a single penny. But if somebody comes with a vision, with a mission, with a objective and with a planning, and then they say that, ma'am, if you will help me with your money, I will be able to implement these plans. That means they have come with proper vision, proper strategy. Then will I invest? Will I give a charity? Invest is the wrong word. Will I donate? Yes, I will donate. That means strategic management will justify their request. Strategic management will justify their request of money. Getting my point? So let's read this. See, question number 10 is deadly important. Question number 10 is deadly important. Why important? I'll tell you. I personally believe from this topic, which topic? Role of strategic management in NPOs. Role of SM in NPOs. I hope you're with me. You normally get a case study. You normally get a case study, as in case study of it. See, when I say NPOs, old age home, uh, children orphanages, then free school, free medical. Am I clear? So they may come with a case study. Now nobody can explain you or nobody can tell you what exactly the case study can come in the exam. But yes, what we can do is, if a case study comes in the exam of a particular topic, one thing should be very clear: कि I will write this as my answer by default. That means if a case study comes on NPO, if a case study comes on NPO, question number 10, all 4 points should be your answer by default. This will be your 70% of the answer. 30% of the answer depends upon case to case. 30% of the answer will depend upon case to case. I hope you're getting me. Am I clear? I hope you're getting me. What I'm trying to convey over here is that your basically what your case study, you will have to be proactive. Proactive means well prepared in advance, that if a case study comes on NPO, this will always be my answer. Am I clear? Balance 30% depends upon case to case. Question number 10 should be always your answer if you're writing an answer on case study which is based on NPOs. First, similar to commercial companies, not-for-profit organization must also have strategic purpose, vision, and mission. Strategic management is required to give direction, focus, and lead to efficient utilization of resources. But SM help us to remain focused, help, and it gives direction. Third, they also work within the environmental forces and need to manage strategically to stay afloat to accomplish their objectives. See, they also work in this environment, and we know the environment is dynamic, so they also need to afloat, continue. For SM helps them. And fourth point, for the purpose of continuity and meeting their goals, they also need to have and manage funds and other resources just like any other for profit organization, as NPOs are totally dependent on outside financing, and mainly for this SM provides an excellent vehicle for developing and justifying requests for needed financial support. See, language देखो, again read करो fourth point. For the purpose of continuity and meeting their goals, they also need to have and manage funds. They also need to have managed funds and resources. They need money and the money they all totally depend on what? Outside financing. And for that, SM provides an excellent vehicle. Excellent vehicle means excellent means for developing and justifying for needed financial support. What financial support you need? SM plays a vehicle and mediator. If you ask somebody a rupees, nobody will give. But if you come with a proper planning, SM is actually going to help you to justify your request. Am I clear? Am I clear? Is question number 10 clear? Is question number 10 clear? Can I go ahead? So now let's come to question number 11. Describe briefly the use of SM technique in educational institution. Boss, yes. I am talking about government schools, government colleges. See, do we prefer going government schools? No. Is it like that we have too much money? No. Not, that's not the reason. Basically, they are not doing things which is done by private people. I mean, like government schools, you are government schools, you're running as an NPO, but that does not mean that you should not follow strategic management. You should also follow strategic management. So, what should be done by them? What is it over here? Education institutions are using SM techniques and concept more frequently. The academic institutions have also joined hands with industries in order to deliver education to make graduates more employable. See what are private people doing? You go to IIMs, what they do, you go to Symbiosis, they guarantee 100% placements. So when they guarantee, you also guarantee. Education deliveries system has also gone considerable changes with the introduction of computers and internet technologies. Boss, nowadays computers are not luxury, they are basic necessity of life. You cannot survive without it. You can see virtual world nowadays, it's whole virtual world. Fourth, nowadays students access lectures anytime and chat with professors. That is only possible when you have technology in your school or colleges. Online college degrees are becoming more common and represent the threat to traditional college and universities. People now don't see, for example, now if I want to go for further education, I don't have time to go to college, so I will go for online degrees. I won't go and attend my college. I won't go for traditional colleges. So for traditional colleges, online college is becoming a threat. That means if a education institution which want to survive should do all these things. Am I clear? Am I clear? Is 11th question clear? Come to 12th question. Come to 12th question. Describe briefly the use of SM technique in medical organization. Talk about government hospitals. Tell me, do we prefer going government hospitals? No. Why no? Again, they should do these things so that we prefer going to them rather than going to private hospitals and pay big bills. First thing, as advances in the diagnosis and treatment of chronic disease, because they should have best of technologies to diagnose as well as to treat chronic disease. Chronic means deadly disease. Second, hospitals are beginning to bring services to the patient as much as bringing the patient to the hospital. See, boss, first patient used to reach hospitals. Nowadays, hospital reaches patient. Boss, private players are doing everything. If you as an NPO, you should also do all these things. Third, pathological laboratories has started collecting door-to-door samples. Fourth, electronic monitoring at home. Boss, if somebody is bedridden from years, you cannot expect him to be admitted in the hospital every time for the whole time. That person has to be at home. In that case, what need to be done? Proper electronic monitoring should be there. Private hospitals provide everything. You also provide. Next, user-friendly ambulance service. First aid should be given in the ambulance itself only. So your ambulance should be user-friendly. Next, decentralized service network. Your network should be available everywhere. Laboratory testing, renewing and deep collaborations with physicians. First, you should have a really good collaborations with your physicians. Why? Because if you patient go to physician first, and then physician recommend, oh, you are not well, you need to get admitted to X hospital. Who is going to tell me? X physician. And that is only possible when you have a good collaboration with them. And boss, tell me, why will a physician suggest your hospital name until and unless physician is not sure about the hospital? No doubt that person will get commission, but commission comes later in his life. What is more important is that if the doctor is recommending X hospital or Y hospital, he should be sure about the hospital. Next, 9 point mark important and write there chapter 4. You won't be able to understand right now. 9 point important and write there chapter 4. We'll be doing with chapter 4. 10 point cardiac rehabilitation centers. You should have rehabilitation centers for cardiac disease, preferred provider services, women medicine services, skilled nursing staff. Boss, nurse should be skilled. Experiment should not be done on the patients. Train them and then ask them to come on floor. And last, psychiatric services. So this should be done by hospitals which are NPOs, because this all is done by private hospitals. Am I clear? Am I clear? Now listen to me. There's a homework for you people. Question number 1, question number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Not 5, 4. And not 6, but 6 one. Leave fifth one. 1, 2, 6, and leave the fifth one. Boss, what is the homework for you people? I'll tell you. These are case studies. These are case studies on NPOs. I want you people to write common lines for any case study which comes on NPO. See, I can do it, but this time I want you to first do, and then we will read in the next lecture what common lines you have written. That common lines, man, will always will be there irrespective of any case study comes on NPO. Am I clear? Am I clear? I hope you've understood what I'm trying to say. Yes, please reply. I hope you have understood what I'm trying to say. I want common lines, at least 7 to 10 lines. I mean, at least 7 to 10 lines where it is saying, where you have to write that, ma'am, whatever case study comes on NPOs, this line will be there in my answer. That is trying to be proactive. See, again, what I'm trying to say is, these are case studies. On which topic? On NPO topic. On which topic? NPO. Now, I have told you that NPO's case study, nobody can explain you exactly what case study is going to come in exam. So when case study you don't know, you have to be a little bit proactive in nature. So okay, if NPO case study will come, I will have this as my answer by default, and balance will depend upon case to case. So what you have to do, you have to give me the common lines which will be there in your answer irrespective of any case study on NPO. I hope you've now understood. Now clear what I'm asking you people? Please reply. The one who is still confused, please reply. Is now very clear? Suppose this fourth question is a case study. Third question is a case study. Read the case study. Think what common lines it should be there, and please share the answer with me. Please share the common lines with me. If you will not share the common lines with me, I will not discuss these questions with you. Am I clear? Am I clear? So is this part 3 clear? What is part 3? Part 3 was role of strategic management in NPOs, and I'm expecting a case study on this topic in your exam. Am I clear? I'm not continuing ahead. I have to work on my pen. Am I clear? Am I clear? So we'll meet in the next lecture. Okay, take care. Bye bye. Good night.